Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Fantastic Five, the show where we set the world straight on the correct order to put five things. This week, we're taking a look at the best deaths in Marvel Comics. It seems weird, if not downright morbid, to call our list the best deaths, but deaths that had the most shocking or profound impact on the characters, their world, and comic readers was a little bit too long for a title. Hold on to your hats, friends, because this one's gonna be a bummer. Number 5, Captain America. When a hero dies in the middle of a big battle in one of that year's crossover events or in the heat of an epic fight with their archenemy, it can be surprising, but you can forgive comic fans for not taking it too seriously. Much more often than not, we know we probably haven't really seen that hero for the last time. But when the symbol of hope, liberty, and the American dream for the Marvel Universe gets shot on the steps of a courthouse while in handcuffs with the entire world watching, well, that feels completely different. Even though it seemed safe to bet that Cap would eventually return, and he did, the emotional impact of seeing the hero's hero assassinated so unceremoniously was devastating to both the Marvel Universe and comic readers worldwide. Number 4, Captain Marvel. If seeing Captain America gunned down is the kind of emotionally devastating end you don't expect a colorful superhero to meet, then you better buckle up, because this one's even worse. Captain Marvel led a costumed career fighting alongside the Avengers and soaring through the spaceways battling cosmic foes like Thanos for years, but his death didn't come at the hands of some intergalactic despot. Instead, it came from a foe we're all too familiar with here in the real world: cancer. Instead of going out in a blaze of glory or sacrificing himself to save the world, the once mighty hero slowly deteriorated as he fought just to stay alive. And when Mar-Vell finally slipped away, it was in a bed surrounded by many of the heroes he had called his friends. Number 3, Uncle Ben. No matter how many times it gets retold or reimagined, this one never gets any less heartbreaking. If only young Peter Parker had used his fantastic abilities to stop that crook, then Ben Parker, his uncle and only father figure he'd ever known, would still be alive. But without that famous moment of irresponsibility, the Marvel Universe and comic fans everywhere would have been deprived one of its greatest heroes, and the name Spider-Man might have only become synonymous with someone who does weird stunts and tricks on live TV like some kind of spandex-clad David Blaine. As much as we wish Pete didn't have to lose his Uncle Ben, at least some good ended up coming of it, and you have to take those silver linings wherever you can find them. Number 2, Jean Grey. All of the deaths on our list are lamentable, but Jean Grey's is one that stands out in the hearts and minds of comic fans. After being possessed by the cosmic entity known as the Phoenix, the previous Marvel Girl's telepathic and telekinetic abilities were boosted to a level that would have previously been unimaginable. But all of that power came at a terrible cost, as Jean and the entity fought for control, and as Jean's personality slipped away, the Phoenix grew unstable and dangerous. After fleeing to space and destroying an entire planet's worth of alien life, numerous intergalactic empires unite to stop the newly renamed Dark Phoenix. In the end, though, Jean sacrifices herself to save our solar system from being destroyed and to stop herself from ever putting any other lives at risk again. And number 1, Gwen Stacy. Now, I know what you're thinking. With all of the important deaths in Marvel's history, isn't this list a little Spider-Man heavy? But ultimately, Spider-Man is Marvel's flagship character, so it makes sense that the deaths that impacted him most would have the biggest effect on comic fans and Marvel itself. Spider-Man's superheroic career, if not his entire life, has been a series of ups and downs, where the lows are often more frequent and much lower than most would be able to handle. But the wall crawler has always found a way to hold on to hope and find a way to bounce back and keep using his great power responsibly to help wherever and however he can. But if the death of Uncle Ben was the death that created Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy's death was the one that nearly broke him. Not only was Spider-Man's life changed irrevocably, but it has been said that the death of Gwen Stacy also signaled the death of innocence for the Marvel Universe. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic Five. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comics awesomeness.